What?
गुड इवनिंग एंड वेलकम टू गणेश शॉट। गणेश शॉट में आप सबका स्वागत है। आज मेरे साथ हैं जनरल राजीव नारायणन टू डिस्कस अबाउट द जोरावर टैंक, लाइट टैंक, which we are all looking forward to. Rajiv, good evening and welcome to Gana Short once again. We are meeting after a long time.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for calling me again. And yes, Zorawar is the flavor of the season at the moment. So we can go ahead discussing with it. Actually, concept of light tank to early 2000s se chala ja raha tha. A lot of work was done by the DGMF's office also at that time. Study Eastern General VK Singh when he was Eastern Army Commander and then Chief. I had the opportunity to be involved with that. But full marks to the then DGMF, जो अभी DB area में है, KS Brar, that finally we see something on ground and something which is Indian. At that point in time, I will share सबके साथ कि हमें पता नहीं था क्या प्लेटफॉर्म, तो हम सब तरह के प्लेटफॉर्म देख रहे थे। जैसे देयर वाज AMX 10 व्हील्ड था, फ्रेंच था, देन CV90, CV105, 120 जो स्वीडिश वाला था, देन रशियंस ने बनाया हुआ था PT76 के ऊपर स्प्रूत, उसको भी देख रहे थे। तो इस तरह से 3-4 जो लाइट टैंक्स वर्ल्ड ओवर थे एंड वी वर ट्राइंग टू सी कि हम व्हाट कैन वी डू, in what manner can we bring it out. But जब T-72s ऊपर चले गए, at that point in time फंडिंग भी उतना होता नहीं था, तो it went on a back burner. और ये जब चाइनीज अपना ZTZ-15 और ये टाइप 15 या VT5
टाइप 15 VT15
हाँ, तब से ये तूर पकड़ा है। And we made a sort of a slideshow to discuss. We can go through that, sir.
Yeah. And इससे पहले कि we start getting into the slideshow, I must tell you, like what General Narayanan said, the concept of a light tank was not new. The only problem is, to be very honest, when we had this concept of a light tank, we didn't have that threat on the northern border the way it is today, right? It is only somewhere around 2015-16 when the weight of our thinking shifted to the northern borders that we said, look, we need a tank for that. And we had all kinds of ideas. But lo and behold, 2020 happened. There was pressure on us. And suddenly we realized we did take tanks up there. We did take our existing tanks up there. They did well, but then we realized they are not the best tanks for that place. We need a tank tailored for high altitude.
And एक चीज उसमें समझाना है, why we say it's not tailored for there. Russian tanks are meant for the rolling plains of the Central European area. So there is not much of depression of the gun or elevation of the gun that is given there. अब पहाड़ पे लेके चले जाओगे टैंक को, तो आपको एडिक्वेट डिप्रेशन चाहिए नीचे मारने के लिए, नहीं तो डेड जोन बहुत लंबा हो जाता है। इसका -5 to +10 है आपके T-72 का, तो पहाड़ के ऊपर ले जाते हो तो डेड जोन काफी हो जाता है जहां फायर नहीं कर सकते। तो इसीलिए ये बनाया था कि आपको -10, -20, +20, so it is -10 to +20 and the dead zone becomes less.
Not only that, the high altitude environment demands a certain amount of engineering. ठीक है ना? और खास करके ये इंजन जो है ना, वो
engines हैं, they are to the uninitiated, ये naturally aspirated हवा अंदर खींचते हैं। एक्स्ट्रा के लिए आप या तो सुपर चार्जर लगा लो जैसे T-72 के टैंक में है, या T-90 के जैसे आप टर्बो लगा दो। लेकिन अगर हवाई कम है तो किस तरह से आपका इंजन वहां काम करेगा?
ऑक्सीजन नहीं होता,
तो आप
हाई
किस तरह
एल्टीट्यूड
से,
में ऑक्सीजन नहीं होता।
ऑक्सीजन कम है, हवा भी कम है, तो हाउ
और
डू यू ओवरकम दिस, हाउ डू यू हैव योर इंजन डिजाइन व्हिच विल ओवरकम दिस?
और एक और प्रॉब्लम है, अगर आप, वैसे इंजन चलेगा, ऐसी बात नहीं है कि इंजन रुक जाएगा, पर इंजन चलेगा। उस इंजन को चलाने के लिए आपको बड़ा तेल की जरूरत होती है, आप इंजन को ओवरवर्क करते हो। उदाहरण के तौर पर मेरे को अभी भी याद है, हमारे मेरे जब मैं कमांडिंग ऑफिसर था, नॉर्थ सिक्किम में हमारा रोल था, तो हमें एक महिंद्रा जीप मिला, नया, ब्रांड न्यू, ठीक है। 3 महीने हमने चलाया नॉर्थ सिक्किम में, इंजन बदली करना पड़ा, खत्म। जो नॉर्मल इंजन, ठीक है, 1 लाख किलोमीटर चलता है डीजल इंजन प्लेन्स के अंदर, वो सिर्फ 3 महीने में वहां खत्म हो गया। तो आपको अगर वहां एक टैंक लेके जाना है, आपका इंजन में बदलाव होगा, चाहिए, एक टेलर मेड
मेन
इंजन
तो इसमें ये
चाहिए।
होता है सर, आपका तेल होता है जो लुब्रिकेंट के काम करता है। आपका जब पिस्टन ऊपर नीचे जाता है तो इट इज द ऑयल विच इज गिविंग द
ऑयल,
लुब्रिकेंट।
या
ऑयल का वो एक विस्कोसिटी लेवल होता है, हाई ऑल्टीट्यूड पे जब जाते हैं वो खराब हो जाता है, वो उसका विस्कोसिटी लेवल खत्म हो जाता है, तो अब आपका फ्रिक्शन ज्यादा होने लगता है, तो इंजन का लाइफ खत्म हो जाता
इंजन, और ऑक्सीजन भी नहीं होता,
है।
तो
ऑक्सीजन
इंजन, वो जो
बिल्कुल।
तेल है वो
जैसे
जलता भी
मैं
नहीं।
दुशानबे में
आपका
था,
इंजन,
मेरे पास जो कार था, एवरी विंटर पूरा उसका नॉट ओनली द कंप्लीट सम्प क्लीन करके फ्रेश हम कोल्ड सीजन वाला तेल भरते थे उसके अंदर। इवन जो अपने ये था अपना स्पेशल जो रेडिएटर के अंदर जो चलता
कूलेंट,
है पानी, वो स्पेशल उसमें फ्लूइड डलता था ताकि वो आइस नहीं बनेगा विंटर
या
में, वही
और
दोनों पूरा चेंज करना पड़ता था।
और आपको ये भी बताना चाहता हूँ, वो इंजन जो नॉर्मल हम इंजन के अंदर या रेडिएटर के अंदर पानी डालते हैं, वहां पानी नहीं डलता, या वो नॉर्मल जो
कूलेंट चलता है,
फ्लूइड,
हाई
वो
ऑल्टीट्यूड
कूलेंट
वाला
डलता है,
कूलेंट।
जिसमें ज्यादा एल्टीट्यूड वाला, उसमें ज्यादा अल्कोहल होता है। अल्कोहल
बिल्कुल।
क्योंकि जमता नहीं है। कई
वो
बार
आप
पुराने जमाने
ब्लू
में,
स्टिंज देखोगे उसमें, ब्लू
हाँ,
स्टिंज का
ब्लू
होता
ब्लू
है।
स्टेंज, पुराने जमाने में, एक्चुअली मैं बता रहा हूँ, शक्तिमान गाड़ियों में हम रम भरते थे, पानी के
कूलेंट
साथ 2 बॉटल 3 बॉटल रम भर देते थे, तब जाके वो जमता नहीं था, राइट।
कई
तो
लोगों ने देखा
ये,
होगा अपने राजस्थान पंजाब में भी सर्दी के टाइम अपने पेट्रोल टैंक के, डीजल टैंक के नीचे ट्रक वाले सूतर जला के रखते थे गर्म करने के लिए।
रखते हैं
याद
ताकि
होगा,
वो गर्म करने के लिए।
80s 90s की
हाँ,
बात है, जो उस
तो
जमाने में थे वो सोते हुए। इट्स नॉट अ
तो
सिंपल थिंग।
बात यह है कि इट्स नॉट अ सिंपल थिंग। तो 2020 में, तो हमें, जब हम वहाँ अपना नॉर्मल टैंक्स T70 T90 वगैरह हमने जब डिप्लॉय किया था, हमें पता चला कि वी नीड अ टैंक। बट उसके साथ साथ एक अच्छा चीज हुआ था, वो ये हुआ था कि हमारा आर्टिलरी में K9 वज्रा, जो सेल्फ प्रेपेल्ड गन है, उसको हम ऊपर लेके गए। वो हल्का टैंक सिस्टम था, 38 to 40 टन, आर्टिलरी गन के लिए इट वाज वेरी लाइट, और वो इंजन वहां ठीक काम किया। पर एज अ DGRT आई वाज नॉट हैप्पी विद दैट इन हाई एल्टीट्यूड, so I told L&T, I still remember this, I said, make this high altitude capable, I want this high altitude capable। उसके लिए एक हाई एल्टीट्यूड किट होता है, जहां एक टर्बो चार्जर लगता है इंजन के ऊपर, जिससे ज्यादा हवा खींच सकता है इंजन में, और उसका कंप्रेशन रेशियो भी बदलने के लिए एक एडेप्टर होता है। वो सब उन्होंने फिट किया। ये सब खैर वो फिट हुआ जब हम रिटायर हो गए थे। पर इससे क्या है, हमारे पास एक इंजन है आज के दिन जो हाई एल्टीट्यूड केपेबल है। तो इसका पूरा मिश्रण ये हुआ हमारा लाइट टैंक। उसके और भी पहलू हैं सिर्फ। सो वी स्टार्टेड विद दिस, वी हैड अ रिक्वायरमेंट, we had a proven system which could go to high altitude, but that was a tank. It was not a tank, it was a gun, it was a self-propelled gun. We needed a tank. This transformation from the self-propelled gun into a tank is the story of Zorawar. There are a lot of things which happened, and at the outset, like General Rajiv Narayanan said, full marks to General K.S. Brar, who initiated this whole project and brought it to this level. Right. Now, Rajiv, you made a good presentation. I would like you to go through the whole presentation, and
Sure.
after that, we'll just get back to discussion, because I see a lot of interest and a lot of people are asking questions already. And I'd like to tell everyone, I'm going to ignore all the questions which you put so far because they're useless. Okay. I'm going to start taking questions from the bottom. So hold your horses and ask your questions when General Narayanan has put across his point of view. Rajiv, should I start with the presentation?
Sure, sure. This is that Zorawar tank that you see. ये पीछे बैकग्राउंड में आपको दिख रहा है. This is that Zorawar tank where there is a protection right down till the base. So, okay, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, talk of the base, sorry.
So this is covering almost till the base of your road wheels. You can see the full protection. I'll come about that armor a little later. Now, this is a comparison, broad comparison between our tank and what the Chinese have brought out, the Type 15, which is roaming around there. Now, the difference you can see is in the weight. Ours is 25 tons, his is 36 tons. Crew is the same, main gun is the same. Secondary armament में थोड़ा अंतर आता है. We also have a 12.7 mm remote control weapon system. मतलब कमांडर अंदर से बैठ के फायर कर सकता है, उसको बाहर निकल के नहीं आना पड़ता. इसका भी उसी तरह से है. हमारे पास बाहर, when you look towards the left side of the Zorawar, this is the two ATGMs. It has ATGMs available to fire external, and it has 1681 mm smoke grenade discharges to hide itself. These are special smoke grenade discharges which disrupt your IR signatures and disrupt the sensor of the incoming missile also, the terminal guidance. बल्कि PLA के टैंक के अंदर 40 mm एक AGL भी दे रखा है बाहर की तरफ, और ATGM वो मेन गन से फायर करता है, और 6 स्मोक ग्रेनेड डिस्चार्जेस. दोनों के स्पीड बराबर हैं. हमारा इंजन जो है कमिंस का इंजन है, 760 हॉर्स पावर देता है. इट जनरेट्स अ 1:40 हॉर्स पावर टू टन रेशियो. तो इट इज 1:40. इसका 1000 हॉर्स पावर होते हुए भी, क्योंकि ये भारी है, इज अबाउट 1:30 हॉर्स पावर पर टन. योर पावर टू वेट रेशियो 1:40, मतलब आप सडन स्पर्ट स्पीड आप फटाफट लेके जा सकते हो, और मूवमेंट बड़ा आसान होता है आपका, ताकत आपको काफी मिलता है. बाकी जो स्टैंडिंग से आपको स्पीड लेना है वो तो इंजन के टॉर्क के ऊपर डिपेंड करता है, कौन कितना टॉर्क देता है. तो ये अंतर आ जाता है आपका. तो इसमें दोनों में अंतर ये होगा कि आपका टैंक ज्यादा ग्रेडियंट का एंगल ले सकता है, उनका टैंक नहीं ले पाएगा, क्योंकि वो 1:30 है. इट विल गो ऑल अबाउट 50 to 60 degree slope. Zorawar will go more than 60 degree slope because 1:40 the power to weight ratio.
Yeah, I just want to put across on this VT-15 ZTZ-15 जो PLA का टैंक है. ये जो टैंक है, it's not only for high altitude. This is also for marines. This is also for the jungle areas in southern China and all that. उन्होंने वो एक लाइट टैंक जो उनके पास है, उन्होंने उसको अडेप्ट किया है फॉर हाई एल्टीट्यूड. इट इज नॉट अ हाई एल्टीट्यूड स्पेसिफिक टैंक, राइट. वेयर जोरावर जो है वो बिल्कुल हाई एल्टीट्यूड के लिए फिट है.
यू कैन से इट इज एन इंडियन माउंटेन टैंक.
माउंटेन टैंक. एंड ये जो टैंक अगर हम चाहते हैं और रोल्स के लिए इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं, जिसके बारे में हम बात करेंगे. ऐसी बात नहीं है, ठीक है ना.
तो इसका जो प्रोटेक्शन है, जैसे बेस है, ये तो पूरा जो आपका दिस इज द फास्टेस्ट फ्रॉम द ड्राइंग बोर्ड, क्योंकि अपने पास था सब कुछ, 2 साल में हो गया. 20 को ये द फेल्ट नीड केम इन 20, ब्रेनस्टॉर्मिंग करके जो भी आपको स्टाफ क्वालिटेटिव रिक्वायरमेंट्स वगैरह बनाने थे वो सारा कुछ क्लियर होके 2022 में स्टार्ट हो गया था प्रोसेस। 2 साल के अंदर आपके पास अभी ट्रायल्स के लिए DRDO एंड L&T हैव गिवन इट टू देम। दिस वाज लेड बाय द DGMF, देन DGMF जनरल ब्रार जिसके बारे में बात किया, तो उसकी टीम DGMF, DG आर्मर्ड कोर के, DRDO की टीम एंड द टीम फ्रॉम L&T, ये तीनों ने मिलके खूब सारे वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंस वगैरह सब कर कुरा के किया है। हल जैसे जनरल शंकर ने बताया था, वज्र का हल है, ड्यूली मॉडिफाइड एज नीडेड। इसका आर्मर किस तरह से, 3 लेयर का आर्मर है। बाहर की तरफ प्रॉपर रोल्ड होमोजीनियस आर्मर है, उसके अंदर देयर इज अ लेयर ऑफ हार्ड स्पेस्ड आर्मर, और उसके अंदर की साइड जो है क्रू की तरफ है इज एन स्पेशल आर्मर डिजाइंड डेवलप्ड मेड बाय इंडिया विच इज नॉन फ्रैगमेंटेबल, वो फ्रैगमेंट नहीं होता है। जैसे अगर दुश्मन हाई एक्सप्लोजिव स्क्वाश हेड करके एक एम्यूनिशन होता है, फायर करता है, तो वो छेद आर पार छेद नहीं करता है, उसके एक्सप्लोजन से अंदर का आर्मर प्लेट जो है वो टूट के निकलता है। अब इस प्लेट से वो नहीं होगा। टरेट जो है ये बेल्जियन कंपनी है कॉकरिल, उनका 105 mm हाई प्रेशर राइफल्ड गन इस्तेमाल किया है और कस्टमाइज्ड टरेट है, और इसका पूरा TOT डिजाइन सब अब L&T के पास है और यहाँ बनता है। इंजन मैंने बताया कमिंस का है, वो भी सब कुछ यहाँ आ गया है। प्रोटेक्शन इन हाउस है, सारा डिजाइन इन हाउस आ गया है। टुवर्ड्स द एंड आई विल टच ऑन द डिफेंस एक्विजिशन प्रोसेस, उसमें भी ये समझ में आ जाएगा जब मैं बोलता हूँ पूरा डिजाइन भारत के अंदर है। भारत ने ऑलरेडी 1000 to 1200 हॉर्स पावर इंजन बना दिया है। जो T90 Mark 3 में है वो इन हाउस बना हुआ, वो लगा हुआ है। तो आपको अगर अपग्रेड करना है आगे चल के, तो आपके पास एक इंजन तैयार है विच यू कैन मॉडिफाई फॉर यूज इन हाई ऑल्टीट्यूड एंड पुट इट।
Yeah. So, General Rajiv Narayanan has spoken about L&T. See, one of the best things here is the DRDO had some expertise on building a tank, what their expertise on Arjun, and they had good expertise. And a 105 mm gun, we have always had very good results with the 105 mm. Plus the fact that we now had, when this whole project started, we had in L&T a armored system, a complex, which could make these platforms. Just to give you an idea, people think I don't, look at this. This is me. Okay. As a DGRT, I got this Vajra going, and that is today paying off. I'm so happy that this light tank is coming through. Okay. All yours again. Let's go back to your thing. Yeah. Now, you're talking about active protection and all.
Correct. Now there is an in-house बना हुआ हमारा डिजाइन एक्टिव प्रोटेक्शन किट जो T90 Mark 3 में लग रहा है. It is not imported from outside. You may have had discussions with them. You may have some scientific discussions with them, but this is the in-house made. और वो T90 Mark 3 जो अभी 464 बन रहे हैं, जिसके आई थिंक 10-15 ऑलरेडी हैंड ओवर हो गए हैं आर्मी को, इसमें ये 2 चीजें हैं which can be utilized by these tanks also to build it up. तो कहने का तात्पर्य ये है कि अभी जोरावर को इस तरह से हम पहले से भी लड़ते थे कि you must have your own ecosystem for making your armaments. जोरावर का सक्सेस 2 साल का ये था कि आपके DRDO, L&T एंड में आपका और DGMF तो था ही था, the service headquarter. So you developed an ecosystem, DRDO and L&T. When you do such things, then you can speed up your process of making things and fielding things. Yes, अभी इसका user trial चलना है. So on the flow क्या-क्या changes होते हैं, we can't tell. But this is one of the biggest success की in 2 years their own user trial is complete. and it is coming for not only user, it is also going to do parallelly the आपका maintainability trials. I'll touch upon it a little later. So next slide, please.
Yeah.
So like I said, this has been on the radar. नहीं, एक पीछे से. This has been on the radar since early 2000. And एक जनरल वीके सिंह का स्टडी था 2009-10. I was party to it, where it was identified that you need such platforms not just for Eastern Ladakh, for the complete Eastern sector itself at a number of places. Now this has come, like we had discussed earlier, very opportune movement, and especially the standoff with the PLA ने आपको दिया कि आपको ये चाहिए वहां पे, because sustaining those tanks up there is quite a problem, and getting it down also is quite a problem. Taking it up also was a very 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 big challenge. केवल ईस्टर्न लद्दाख में ही नहीं, हम नॉर्थ सिक्किम में भी लेके गए हैं. वो आसान नहीं है क्योंकि ये भारी है, 45-48 टन बेहेमोथ्स. इट्स नॉट इजी टू टेक इट अप. वेरएज ये 25 टन का है तो आसानी से आप ले जा सकते हो. ईस्टर्न सेक्टर में ये जो स्टडी हमने किया था तब, इट इज, आई फील इट होल्ड्स ट्रू टिल नाउ. यू शुड लुक एट व्हील्ड प्लेटफॉर्म्स. व्हील्ड प्लेटफॉर्म्स का मेरा मानना है कि हम जहां भी टैंक को लेके जाना है, यू आस्क फॉर एडिशनल रेल फैसिलिटी, ARF, क्योंकि नॉर्मल रेलवे प्लेटफॉर्म में आपके टैंक्स वगैरह लोड अनलोड नहीं कर सकते. यू नीड अ हेवी प्लेटफॉर्म रैंप ऑन विच द फ्लैट्स पे आते हैं टैंक, जिस पे टैंक जाते हैं, ICVs जाते हैं, उसको फ्लैट्स बोलते हैं. उसके अंदर लोड करके आप चेन करते हो. तो ये एडिशनल रेल फैसिलिटी जहां जहां है, वो तो दुश्मन के टारगेट लिस्ट में होगा फॉर एयर एंड हिज मिसाइल्स. वो हिलने वाले तो है नहीं वहां से, तो एयर एंड मिसाइल टारगेट लिस्ट में वो बने हैं. लेकिन अगर आपका व्हील्ड है, आप तो नॉर्मल रेलवे प्लेटफॉर्म में भी उतर के आ सकते हो. जहां से आपकी गाड़ियां अनलोड होती है, वहां से ये भी अनलोड होके आ जाएंगे आराम से, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. तो इट बिकम्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट कि इतने सारे आप फिर मिसाइल्स और एयर अटैक्स करने के लिए थोड़ा दिक्कत आ जाता है. बट आई लीव इट टू द डिसीजन मेकर्स. आई एम श्योर दे विल टेक करेक्ट कॉल व्हेन इट इज नीडेड. तो अब फ्यूचर एक्सपेंशन क्या है, उस स्टडी में हमने लिखा हुआ था. आई वोंट से हमने, क्योंकि जब ये मैकेनाइज्ड फोर्सेस का हिस्सा मैं कर रहा था, मेरी सिटिंग्स 3 कोर कमांडर के साथ होती थी, 4 कोर कमांडर के साथ होती थी, 33 कोर कमांडर के साथ होती थी, मेरी DGMF के साथ होती थी, मेरी कमांड के स्टाफ के साथ होती थी. उसके बाद ये पूरा बना के ये पेपर गया था, जो एक्सेप्ट कर लिया गया था वहां पे कि हाँ ये चाहिए. कि भाई अभी तो हम रोक दिखा रहे हैं कि आई कैन गिव हिम अ बडी नोज, थोड़ा अंदर जा सकता हूँ. थोड़ा अंदर क्यों? अल्टीमेटली यू नीड टू हैव अ क्रेडिबल, इफ नॉट अ प्यूनिटिव डेटरेंस कैपेबिलिटी, के डरे. उसके लिए यू नीड एडिक्वेट मैकेनाइज्ड फोर्सेस टू गो अक्रॉस along with infantry, क्योंकि टिबेट इज अ प्लेटो, वहां पे आर्मर चल सकता है. हमारे तरफ दिक्कत होता है, ओनली लिमिटेड एवेन्यूज है जहां से आ सकता है.
This is a very important point what he's saying. You know, you can go across Tibet if you have armor. He can't come across if he has armor. बस
Limited
उसका हद
spaces.
LAC तक, LAC से पार करने के लिए वो इन्फेंट्री के साथ ही आ सकता है. बट the thing with the LAC is you can go with complete force across, which is a huge advantage the moment you have this kind of
the
tanks.
moment you have an infantry which has given you a bridgehead और उसके अंदर आपके आर्मर आ गया ब्रेकआउट के लिए स्ट्राइक कोर, देन वो उसको डर लगता है कि भी कहां कहां चला जाएगा. It becomes very difficult. So that was one which we had said कि दोनों सेक्टर में we need to have adequate resources to be able to take the battle across with mechanized forces, and you require more Vajras. That's where we were looking at more SPs with them, SP artillery to give them support, and quite a lot of infantry which was going to be functioning with them to be motorized infantry. वो सारा बनाया हुआ, तो वो future expansion है. I'm not looking at it immediately. Similarly, light tanks you also need for the recce regiments of your armored divisions and strike force. एंड ये रेकी रेजिमेंट का ऑर्गेनाइजेशन स्ट्रक्चर भी बनाया हुआ है कि इट्स अ कैलिब्रेटेड मिक्स ऑफ टैंक्स एंड आईसीवीज. आईसीवीज मतलब मैकेनाइज्ड इन्फेंट्री. उसके पास आईएसआर कैपेबिलिटी, बिकॉज either he has the capability to fly his own drones and also has the capability for the hail mail के जो drones उड़ रहे हैं उसका feed उसके पास आना चाहिए समझने के लिए. Infantry and all this firepower is required क्योंकि this recce regiment is also required to do a recce in force to find out the weaknesses where the enemy's weaknesses are. So फ्यूचर एक्सपेंशन के लिए काफी स्कोप है आपको ये लाइट टैंक्स के लिए. इट इज नॉट नेसेसरली ओनली फॉर द माउंटेनस एरिया, बट मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट, especially when we are going into Eastern Ladakh and your Eastern Theater, let us look at a full family of weapons and equipment on the platform of these light tanks. It eases your MRO cover tremendously. Mix mat karo. Already you have one. You have a light tank and you have Vajra. बेसिक प्लेटफॉर्म दोनों का सेम है. उसी के ऊपर आईसीवी भी डाल दो, एडी भी डाल दो, सिग्नल के लिए जो चाहिए, इंजीनियर्स के लिए जो चाहिए, ईएमई के लिए जो चाहिए, रिकवरी व्हीकल्स, रिपेयर व्हीकल्स, सारे प्लेटफॉर्म्स इसमें डाल दो आप. मेंटेनेंस मतलब इकोनॉमी ऑफ स्केल हो जाता है. आपका कंप्लीट एमआरओ कवर, सस्टेनेबिलिटी, रिलायबिलिटी बड़ा आसान हो जाता है आपको मैनेज करने का. अलग अलग तरह के अगर इक्विपमेंट आपके होने लगे तो मैनेजिंग ऑल दी स्पेयर्स एंड एवरीथिंग आल्सो बिकम्स अ नाइटमेयर आउट देयर, बिकॉज वहां पे आपको फिर इट इज इजी फॉर, व्हाई आई एम सेइंग फ्यूचर एक्सपेंशन में ये सब देखना है. वहां पे आपको स्टॉकिंग कैपेबिलिटी भी तो रखना है. माउंटेन्स ईट अप स्पेस. स्पेस आपको उतना मिलता नहीं है माउंटेन्स में. डोंट लुक एट इट ओनली फ्रॉम ईस्टर्न लद्दाख पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू.
Yeah, you have to go to East Sikkim.
You have to go to Sikkim, you have to go towards Tawang and all these places. And requirement जैसे more in 4 core and a lot in 3 core was, there are a whole lot of ALGs available. So अगर इसके airborne core वहाँ पे आते हैं आपको पीछे से cut off करने के लिए, तो these are the forces, the mechanized forces who will be the first responder to go and tackle those airborne forces who have come and deployed, so that they don't get to get together and regain command and control very fast. So वो सब उस पेपर में दिया हुआ है कॉन्सेप्ट वगैरह. बट आपको लॉजिस्टिक कवर देखना पड़ेगा ना इन सब फोर्सेस को. जब आप लगाते हो, हाउ मेनी फोर्स कैन यू सस्टेन इन अ पर्टिकुलर एरिया, कितने दिन का लॉजिस्टिक कवर आप दे सकते हो, उसके लिए आपको अपने वेयर हाउसिंग वगैरह भी सोच समझ के रखना है किस तरह से करना है. अब तो फ्यूचर में और आसान हो जाएगा क्योंकि अब हम टनल्स में एक्सपर्ट हो गए हैं, तो अब टनलिंग वगैरह करना शुरू कर दिया है. सो यू डोंट हैव टू डिपेंड ओनली ऑन दी थिंग्स कमिंग इन बाय एयर. विंटर्स में योर टनल्स एंड ऑल विल मेक श्योर यू कैन गो थ्रू. बट इट इज नॉट जस्ट कि टनल बन गया तो यू कैन गो थ्रू इन विंटर. यू नीड टू हैव योर बॉर्डर रोड्स पीपल डिप्लॉयड टू क्लियर द रेस्ट ऑफ द रोड. जो टनल के अप्रोच एंड एग्जिट ऑफ द टनल है, वहां पे स्नो काफी आ जाता है. यू गॉट टू कीप क्लियरिंग दैट. इट्स नॉट जस्ट कि टनल बन गया तो 24/7 365 डेज अ ईयर यू विल गो. नो, स्नो टनल के ठीक है, वो पास क्लोज नहीं होता है, टनल बन गया है आप चले जाओगे, बट बाकी आगे पीछे सड़कों में बर्फ तो पड़ा है, उसको निकालना पड़ता है.
Hey, not only that, along these roads and tunnels, many of them, for example, रोहतांग में तो टनल बन गया, अटल टनल. But what about beyond that? Beyond that also, like in a place like Tangla, there are multiple passes where there's high snow. Like Baralachala is one of the highest, where snow accumulation is the highest. So far, we have not been able to even think of a tunnel there. So we have to think of something, right? And you might have to create a tunnel outside. Not actually cut through the thing, just tunnel the road itself. You have to think out of the box.
You make a road and you make a top on top of it to make sure that the landslide and the avalanche and all goes away and doesn't come on the
way. Or even if snow comes, it gets, you then once the snow comes, you're still in a tunnel. Those are the things which we have to think, and there's a long way for that.
Yes. Okay. That is why all these in future. Now, how do you... what is coming through is the army has to take charge and oversee these processes, and you have to go through with it completely with the process. The parallel trials, जिसको हम ऑकट बोलते हैं, the accelerated, uh, you have user and reliability trials. So both are going together. The user trial is also going together, and the EME is also doing its reliability trials for that, so that the complete, by the end of the trials, not only are you having an effective equipment, you also know in this reliability trials which are the spares which are fast moving, मीडियम स्लो मूविंग, मीडियम मूविंग, की स्पेयर्स, वो सारा डिटेल्स फिर ईएमई को पता लग जाता है ना उसी रिलायबिलिटी ट्रायल से. देन द होल स्टॉकिंग सिस्टम कैन बी प्लान्ड थ्रू द ऑर्डिनेंस कि भाई मुझे इस इक्विपमेंट को मेंटेन करने के लिए ये चीजों की जरूरत पड़ेगी, इनको यहाँ रखना है क्योंकि फास्ट मूविंग है, ये मीडियम मूविंग है यहाँ रख सकता हूँ, ये स्लो मूविंग है ज्यादा जरूरत नहीं है इसको यहाँ रख सकता हूँ. So all your layered stocking also comes into place. This is very, very, very important. केवल यूजर ट्रायल से आपका इक्विपमेंट फील्ड नहीं हो सकता जब तक आपका रिलायबिलिटी एंड सस्टेनेबिलिटी ट्रायल्स हैव नॉट बीन डन. आप सस्टेन कैसे करोगे उसको? देन प्रोडक्शन फैसिलिटीज आपको मेंटेन करने के लिए, प्रोडक्शन फैसिलिटीज में पैरेलल आपके फ्लोर्स होने चाहिए. एक तो नया इक्विपमेंट को जो बना रहा है, दूसरा जो आपके फील्ड में जो इक्विपमेंट जा चुका है उसके लिए जो स्पेयर्स चाहिए, उसके सस्टेनेबिलिटी चाहिए. एंड एक आपको सेटअप आगे बना के देना पड़ेगा कि कोई मेजर रिपेयर्स ओवरहॉल करने के लिए या मेजर रिपेयर की जरूरत पड़ती है तो कहाँ तक पीछे उस इक्विपमेंट को लेके आना है, उसका रिपेयर फैसिलिटी भी तो आपको तैयार करके देना पड़ेगा. वहां पे अपने आप तो नहीं आएगा. अगर आप, मैं एलएनटी के फैक्ट्री में बना रहा हूँ, लद्दाख में हूँ, अगर कोई मेजर उसका पार्ट वगैरह चेंज करना है, कोई मेजर रिपेयर करना है, आई कांट बी हॉलिंग इट ऑल द वे बैक टू एलएनटी. तो देयर हैज टू बी एन आइडेंटिफाइड बेस रिपेयर वर्कशॉप और एडवांस बेस रिपेयर वर्कशॉप आगे, जहां पे ये मेरे को सेटअप करके देना है, वो एलएनटी एंड ईएमई हैव टू डू. ऑल दिस कम्स इन योर रिलायबिलिटी ट्रायल्स. दैट्स व्हाई पैरेलल ट्रायल्स आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एंड रेक्टिफिकेशन इज ऑब्वियसली ऑन द गो. बड़ा सा वो ट्रायल रिपोर्ट होता है, एक दो ट्रायल्स में पार्शली आई वाज इन्वॉल्व, तो उसमें ये ऑन द गो करते रहते हैं बिकॉज द टीम इज ऑल्सो देयर. दैट इज द डीआरडीओ एंड एलएनटी टीम विल ऑल्सो बी देयर व्हेन द ट्रायल्स आर गोइंग ऑन. सो देयर विल बी टू सेट्स ऑफ टीम फ्रॉम डीआरडीओ एंड एलएनटी. एक जो यूजर ट्रायल के साथ है, दूसरा ये जो रिलायबिलिटी सस्टेनेबिलिटी ट्रायल के साथ है, वहां पे भी होते हैं वो, सो दैट चलता रहे ना. माय बिगेस्ट इश्यू इज दिस फिफ्थ पॉइंट, लिमिटेड सीरीज. आपको चाहिए 355, आप इनसे केवल 59 बना रहे हो, बैलेंस को बोल रहे हो आप ओपन में दोगे 295. किससे? फिर ये ऑकट का फायदा क्या हुआ? 59 के लिए कर रहे हो और 355 नया दूसरा सिस्टम आ गया, उसका क्या मतलब? फिर यूजर ट्रायल के ऊपर जाना है, तो ये यूजर ट्रायल करके क्या फायदा हुआ? मेरा मानना है भाई साहब, ये यूजर ट्रायल सक्सेस हो जाता है, रिलायबिलिटी सस्टेनेबिलिटी ट्रायल सक्सेस हो जाता है, पूरा 355 इन्हीं को दे दो, थैंक यू. अब इसी सिस्टम के ऊपर और कुछ एक्स्ट्रा बना के देना है, देन यू कैन सी कि भाई हाँ, यू कैन गिव द टेक्नोलॉजी ट्रांसफर फॉर द प्लेटफॉर्म. दोज अदर पीपल कैन कीप मेकिंग इट. मुझे एडी गन्स चाहिए, मुझे और आरटी के गन्स चाहिए, मुझे अपना ईएमई के लिए, रिपेयर कवर के लिए, रिकवरी के लिए चाहिए. देयर सो मेनी प्लेटफॉर्म्स दैट
कमांड एंड कंट्रोल के लिए चाहिए. यू नीड कमांड एंड कंट्रोल व्हीकल. Yeah, I would like to. I'd like to add. This is one of the most. Initially you might have said, okay, 59 will give so that to give in प्रोत्साहन देने के लिए वगैरह वगैरह. But now that you are very confident that they can make, you should start. And why should anyone put up a factory and everything and say, okay, I'll be happy with 59 tanks? That factory is a waste if you do not use it for the complete. That's what happened with Vajra. We made a complete factory for 100 Vajras. Now you are in a position where you finish giving all the Vajras to the army and you have a factory and you're not using it. And you've gone in for a repeat order. And again, after 59 tanks, again you'll do, and then you'll get someone else who will now start learning how to put up a factory. Whereas for the past 10 years, by the time this first tank really rolls out into product, from production and into service, L&T would have had 10 years of experience of making tanks.
बिल्कुल
And then you want to restart with a new guy? That is actually stupid. The government is absolutely going off road in this. And I think the armed forces, the army has to rethink this whole story. The MOD has to rethink this story. Otherwise, we are making a great mistake. Yeah,
बिग
your views on this, Rajiv?
बिल्कुल सही सर, यू आर मेकिंग अ बिग मिस्टेक। इतना जल्दी जो हम लोगों को पीठ थपथपा रहे हैं कि 2 साल के अंदर इतना कुछ कर दिया, उसका कोई फायदा नहीं होगा, क्योंकि ये जो 295 बनाएगा ये अगले 5-6 साल तक नहीं बना के दे पाएगा आपको। कितना भी टेक्नोलॉजी ट्रांसफर करके दे दूं उसको, नहीं कर सकता।
वो तो होगा नहीं।
फिजिकल टाइम फॉर द पीपल टू बी ट्रेन्ड एंड अब्सॉर्ब दैट टेक्नोलॉजी, उसके पास तो ट्रेन्ड मैन पावर ही नहीं है।
Yeah, not only that, we've already done this once. When
Yes.
we were going in for expanding our Pinaka regiments, we tried this. We tried to get more vendors in. And then it was proven. In fact, I was the one who went back to the MOD and I went back to Mr. Manohar Parrikar, late Mr. Manohar Parrikar then. I said, sir, if you're going to get new vendors now, you're not going to get Pinakas, right? In the time frame we want. The Chinese will have, and then you will not have. He saw the light of the day and he said, forget new vendors, we'll go with the old vendors. We have Tatas and L&T. They're the best guys in business here. We'll go with them. And we had mechanisms to ensure that our cost was protected and our everything, IPRs, everything was protected. Now we are on a good path. So I think that Pinaka model has to be adopted suitably to this gun also. You see,
And
the point I want to make a larger point. We adopted the model of Vajra for this gun. And we have a gun now. I mean, sorry, we have for this tank, and we have a tank now. Now you have to adapt the model of Pinaka, which already we know fully well. Okay, and adopt that for this so that you have expertise down the line for over a period of time and you don't go astray, right? And you don't need two models of tanks. You have 300 tanks, you don't need two models of tanks. That means one regiment will have one type and other regiment will have another type of tanks. That's not correct. In fact, it is counterproductive. Right? I don't know why the armed forces, the army accepted this. Maybe they accepted it at that point of time. I think it needs a review. Yeah. Anything else, or we can go ahead?
nice, you need at every stage regular review and oversight that all whatever we have planned for, those targets are met, and what you have said as far as the DGQA and things are concerned, कि भाई ये नहीं होना चाहिए कि जो ट्रायल के लिए दिया था that met all the standards, but when the bulk production started missing the standards. That is very important for regular review and oversight. Now itself you got to look at who all are going to produce your ammunition for you and start looking. Why are you looking only at 355? Look at more. There'll be many more countries who would love to have these. Bangladesh had bought these Type 15 and they're facing a lot of problems for sustainability. So readily available here. And you can look at a joint committee which oversees this whole thing and ensures that everything is done correctly in the manner which is both for internal and external. तो जैसे ही आप export पे जाते हो, your reputation depends on the sustainability of that. It is not the initial euphoria of buying, somebody buys something. Unless you are able to sustain it, your reputation comes from the sustenance. If you're able to sustain it, then your reputation is sky high. If you can't, then it takes, your reputation goes for a 6 and then it's going to take you decades to get that reputation back.
Yeah, and for all this, we need a joint committee. The first and last point with is in this slide, army to oversee the process and a joint committee are very important. They go hand in hand. Unless the army takes responsibility and says, I need this tank the way I want it, not the way someone else wants it. And I need to have a committee which, caters for the requirements for the army. And when you say requirements for the army, it is just not to defend yourself on the LAC. It needs to go across. Like what we said earlier, you need to have the capability of going across. And when you have the capability of, and that will come if you have a good tank. Let's be very clear about it. And the day you have that capability, these Chinese fellows will start behaving differently. वो बोलेगा Hindi Chinese bye bye. I have no doubt about it. So that is something which is very important, which General Rajiv Narayanan is mentioning here. Yeah,
And
ab
the
boliye
last
aage.
point in this I will add, which is not given here, is you brought out this Zorawar fast because there was an ecosystem. That ecosystem got developed with the Indianization and making of canine Vajra in India. And you made use of that ecosystem and you were able to do it, which gives
Yeah.
you the correct path forward. That for making any type of weapon or equipment, you need to have your ecosystem. This concept of L1 has to go.
Yeah,
Forget your L1 now. If you're looking at your exports, if you're looking at improving your capability, this concept of L1 has to go. And the concept of what used to be there in ordnance factory, that every time you issue a new tender, 50% new vendors have to be there. They are all fly-by-night operators. Sorry. Create your own ecosystem and you will find that your equipment will start competing with the best in the world.
yep.
Right. Now, let
Sorry.
me give a point about our own DAP 2020. It is going to be reviewed in 2025. भाई साहब 13 कदम है. अब ये यू में से DAP 2020 हमारे टाइम में भी 2016, उसके पहले 2010 2012 में भी था. ये ऐसी तरह 13 स्टेप्स होते हैं. इट्स नॉट स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड भाई साहब. एक स्टेप को पार करने में ही आपको कम से कम 2-3 महीने लग जाते हैं. 13 कदम पार करने के लिए आप चल लो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट या पोस्ट कॉन्ट्रैक्ट मैनेजमेंट, जहां पे आपका सिस्टम आने लगता है. 13 into 3 months, 39 months, तकरीबन 3-3.5 साल लग जाते हैं आपके. Which is everything is going hunky dory. It doesn't happen like that. And at every stage, clearance is being given by decision makers who are non-tech and have no clue about military needs.
Yeah, this is a very important point which he has made, right? ये आसान खेल नहीं है. मैं पर्सनल उदाहरण दूंगा. जब हमने K9, M777, पिनाका वगैरह इंडक्ट किया था, इसका खेल शुरू हुआ था एक्चुअल, started in 2010. It took us till 2016 to start actually pumping in the equipment and coming on ground. I was a major general when I started the trials. When I was a major general, I started the trials of K9, M777, Pinaka, Dhanush, right? And the towed gun system, attacks project. I signed the first, interest I gave to DRDO. This was in 2010, 11, 12. That 3-year period, it took us 3-year period to push things. It was only when as I was leaving service, some of these were not entering service. We were signing contracts. That's all. They all entered service after I left. It takes 6 to 7 years to go through these. That's the practical time.
See, what General Shankar is saying is the 12th part, award of contract or placing of intent.
Yeah.
समय लगता है बहुत. Process is very slow. और process शुरू कहाँ से होता है इसको आने से पहले? There is a 10-year integrated capability development plan all three services have got to make. 5-5 साल का वो बनाते हैं.
Yeah, that they've scrapped. Incidentally, they've scrapped this.
Okay.
This great government has scrapped this. They have something else.
Now, none of this is linked with any integrated military strategy कि वो strategy के लिए मेरे को क्या capability, how do you prioritize? So it all becomes that जो भी ज्यादा चीख सकता है, भाग दौड़ कर सकता है, जो भी सर्विस कर सकता है वो सर्विस ले जाएगा. अभी तो एक और लेयर आ गया CDS का. पहले तो सर्विस हेडक्वार्टर IDS and went straight to the MOD. Now there is another layer you have to cross, which is the CDS. So there are tremendous delays and overruns, and it is in this aspect I'm saying, look at this model, how successful कि 2 साल के अंदर you had the capability to provide a tank for trials. That means from A till G, it has just taken 2 years.
Yeah. You can't take more than another 1 to 2 years from G to the last.
7 steps you have done it in 2 years, and the rest you should be ready in about one and a half years.
The asset test comes now.
ठीक है ना? Then
Yeah.
अभी उन्होंने प्रायोरिटाइजेशन क्या दिया है और उसमें इंडिजिनस कंटेंट IC जो बोलते हैं इंडिजिनस कंटेंट, फर्स्ट प्रायोरिटी दे विल ऑलवेज गिव टू इंडियन IDDM, that is Indian designed, developed and made. दूसरा is buy Indian, that it has a foreign technology but is made completely in India. Next is buy and make, where you have a JV, Indian company has taken a JV with a foreign company, so you buy it and make it in India. Third is buy global and manufacture in India. Buy and make in India is something like अपना AK-203. ठीक है, you have created that company, or you can take BrahMos. You have created that company and it is making, you got the technology from the Russians. Buy global and manufacture in India, and last is buy global. If there is nothing available, then you go and buy global. ठीक है, but my contention is this: if you're going to review your defense acquisition process, the Zorawar, the way it has been conceptualized by the then DG Amudko Karan and his team, along with DRDO and whoever was there in the MOD and the acquisition division, whoever were all there, they should put their heads together now to make sure that you are able to do things like this. Otherwise, it will be back to square one. हमारे newspapers को गागा acceptance of necessity में. I'll just go back and show you where is the acceptance of necessity. भाई साहब, number 3 step है acceptance of necessity. It is just back, sir, 1 step back. I had gone.
Yeah.
Acceptance of acceptance of necessity is number 3 step यार. अभी 10 स्टेप और हैं और पीपल को गागा और एक्सेप्टेंस ऑफ नेसेसिटी मिल गया, इतने 1000 करोड़ का हम कर रहे हैं. अबे कहाँ कर रहे
कुछ नहीं होता.
अभी तो बोला है हाँ कर सकते हो, एक्सेप्टेंस ऑफ नेसेसिटी हाँ कर सकते हो. उसके बाद तो आपके 10 कदम है, और 10 कदम में 3 महीने लग गए तो 3 साल कहीं नहीं गए. मैं तो बोल रहा हूँ 4 से 5 साल कहीं नहीं गए. And the reason I'm saying that you have to learn from this and improve this and make it faster. आज के तारीख में technology, by the time the equipment is fielded, it will already be obsolete as far as the technology is concerned.
Yeah, you have to think ahead of the game. You have to think ahead of the loop. If you cannot compress time, then you are wasting. Okay? Sorry.
No, I've closed it. हो गया, sir. Presentation is over.
Yeah, presentation is over. Good. So we are very clear कि करना क्या है. This whole thing, we have reached a stage where we have achieved quite a bit. We should be proud of it. But now to take this from where it is to the finish line is something which is very important.
Okay. Basic issue which I am making, sir, Zorawar has learned from the lessons of RT. Your Vajra, your Pinaka and other guns which are coming, attacks, you have Dhanush, you've learned the lesson from there, and here you have brought it to a stage where it shows that if you have your ecosystem and utilize the ecosystem, your systems can come in fast. Now you want to build on this and see and build it into your DAP. How can you do these things faster?
Faster. And if you can't afford, the nation can't afford कि आप पुराने ही कहानी चलते रहो और वो तेरा स्टेप्स ना धीरे धीरे कछुए की तरह चलते रहो, हम उसी लाइन पे चलेंगे. यू हैव टू डू पैरेलल प्रोसेसेस, you have to take shortcuts, not shortcuts really, you have to actually shorten the circuit. How you shorten the circuit? But you have to take risks, you have to anticipate taking risks, you have to mitigate taking risks. I mean, all this is involved. Okay. And how you ensure that this damn thing is on the line in the next 2 years, that's the challenge. If it isn't on the line in the next 2 years, it's a failure.
See, the
I mean,
whole
that's the way I look at it.
Once the trial is successful, people think, oh, equipment aa gaya. Na ji,
No.
there is a finite technical time required for that company to produce those things. He can't cut corners if he has to meet my standards. He cannot cut those corners. So if he has a capability to produce, let us say 50 items in a year, he can only produce 50 items. If I need 355, it will take him 7 years. Now I have to start thinking, can't sit back. ये equipment 7 साल लगेंगे. So what all is the new technologies that are coming in, start putting them into the next lot of equipment which is going to come in. And when the older equipment go for overhaul, bring in all the new and upgrade them and start upgrading them and taking them forward. Otherwise, you will be, by the last lot of equipment will come, that last lot of equipment will be obsolete based on the that time's current technology that is available in the market.
Yeah. And in this, you don't not only have to produce a tank, you have to produce ammunition together.
Ammunition for it.
Right? You need a lot of ammunition. Okay? I mean, the way I look at it, minimum is 80 rounds per gun. That's the minimum. You need more, actually. Right? If you have to fight.
Thumb rule is 100, sir.
100. Okay?
Thumb rule is 100.
That's the and that's the start. That won't last you for more than 10 days.
What is on the tank plus what the unit holds in there? This thing is 60 and 40 has to come from 40
back. 100. So you're looking at about 3,000, 4,000 rounds, and not only one type of round. You see, the thing is, we have not yet discussed the kinds of ammunition that are under thing. You want APFSDS, you want heat, right? High explosive anti-tank, or even normal high explosive. Yeah, it's just not that a tank keeps firing at a tank. Tanks fire at other places also. Okay, and especially
now these days, which is coming in, the anti-helicopter and the anti-drone rounds.
Yeah, then you need ammunition for your secondary armament. You need ammunition for your ATGMs. What kind of ATGM you're putting in what? So there's a whole lot of parallel activities which have to go on. यहाँ तक आपको ये चाहिए कि भाई आपका जो स्मोक ग्रेनेड्स है, डिस्पेंसर्स है, वो कहाँ से आएगा? उसका भी एक फैक्ट्री लगेगा. यहाँ तक अगर आपको कुछ स्पेशल ल्यूब्स चाहिए, आपको कुछ स्पेशल तेल चाहिए, उसका भी कहाँ से आएगा? वो भी कहानी पूरा इसमें देखना पड़ता है. There's a whole lot of things. I mean, this is something which I had to, as much as I had to deal with a whole lot of people कि ये हमारा गन आ रहा है, ये आ रहा है, वो आ रहा है, कि गन आ रहा है तो उसका कमांड पोस्ट कहाँ से आएगा, वो अगर गन आ रहा है तो उसको टोइंग कैसे करेंगे हम, ये सब देखना पड़ता है. इसमें भी वही है, ये अलग नहीं है. इसमें कम्युनिकेशन का क्या सिस्टम है, हाउ डू यू गेट टू कम्युनिकेशन, how do you do communication with space? So all those things have to be thought of now, and you need this in the next 2 years. In the way I look at it, the last point which I had said, and the first point, the army has to take complete responsibility, and there has to be a empowered committee to steer the whole story. Anything else you want to add? Otherwise, I'll take questions.
Bilkul. And based on this, you have to do the revision of your defense acquisition process, which is existing. Based on this, you start revising it, and you will find
you have to think out of the box to get new ideas to ensure. Look, the defense acquisition process is just a process. If the process comes in the way of your acquisition, you have to subvert the process. You have to find ways out of it. You can't say कि भाई ये किताब में ये लिखा तो हम यही करेंगे. अगर आप वही करोगे तो आपको गन नहीं मिलेगा, किताब मिलेगा आपको बस. Right? और किताब के
दुश्मन
साथ
को
आप
किताब
पढ़ते रहो
देख के
चाइना
मार
वाले
देना,
को। नहीं, जब चाइना
दुश्मन को
वाला आएगा,
किताबें देख के मार देना कि ये नहीं।
नहीं, या चाइना वाला जब आएगा उसको बोलो भाई मेरे किताब में तो ये पढ़ा लिखा नहीं है कि आप क्यों आ रहे हो, जब हमारा गन आएगा तब आना। वह 2 थप्पड़ लगाएंगे हमें, ये राइट, so we have to really think out the box. So let me take some questions first. Okay, the first question is Alpha Max. He says in US they have these defense technology accelerators and consortiums associated with forces, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine Corps that fast track R&D, tech demonstration and product of platforms. Well, actually what you've done is that
Simply it's the same in the Indian way.
in the Indian way, कि भाई देखो, you have to understand that the US system is a very well-oiled system of R&D, production, trials, foreign military sales, and catering for different environments and this thing. They're a sadi hui system hai.
And they don't
So
work on L1.
and they don't work on
They
L1.
don't
They're
work
very
on
clear.
L1.
They're very clear how they do it. Okay, and they have systems in place. We don't have those systems in place, and we and for whatever reasons, political or otherwise, we somehow shy away from establishing good systems. And I'm saying this with a lot of responsibility. Neither the previous government did it, nor is this government did it. Okay? If I have a problem with the current government which came in, I had a lot of hopes on this government when it came in 2014, that they'll resolve the whole process of defense procurement. I mean, I'm disappointed that they have not done it. And I'm putting it across. I hope someone in the government is listening to me. Yours,
No, bilkul, sir. The processes are archaic, very archaic. For the uninitiated, L1 means the lowest bidder.
yeah.
तो लोएस्ट
And
बिडर
that's
तो फ्लाई बाय नाइट ऑपरेटर है, आके आपको दे देगा। जब आपको सिस्टम काम नहीं करता, आप उसको खोदने चलो तो कंपनी बंद हो चुकी है।
I mean, we have to think out of the box, and I'm afraid we have stopped thinking out of the
Ordnance
box.
factory, every order they gave that L1 only you can take. Why should you take an L1?
Yeah, why should I?
वहाँ पे clear है, if you have your ecosystem, things will work fast and you get everything world class.
Okay. What he says is, good evening, generals. Allison Transmission does not have share IPR with us. Could both gentlemen mention 3-4 IPRs that needs Atmanirbharta? Jai Hind.
Look, we have created our own power pack. Do I need Allison transmission today? When I
don't
made
need.
my own power pack, which is 1200,
You don't need.
1500 is about to get ready, and on the same they are going to build it up to 1800. It's a full power pack. When you're making an engine for a tank, it doesn't come engine alone. Power pack and running gear all come together. Running gear means the tracks, suspension system,
Everything.
Power pack is engine and transmission. So do we need that?
You don't need it. Not only that, you look at the fire control system. You see, the L&T, I know the L&T developed a fire control system for the Vajra. The same thing is, I'm sure that they have already ported it onto this.
T90 ke liye, the new upgrades which are there, I think the big thrust we have got for ourselves, we have to thank the Ukraine war.
Yeah.
The Russians were not able to provide you much for that. So everything is homegrown. The T93, whatever you have giving, the software-driven radio sets, your fire control system, your digital ballistic,
everything is just being ported here.
Everything is homegrown now.
Homegrown now. Not only that, your APS. No, APS.
Yeah. APS also.
APS also
system is also homegrown.
Homegrown.
Same thing you are doing now with the Su-30s. They are not able to do it now. The complete upgrade is going to be done in-house. So this is the best thing that has happened to you, that all these things, Allison, MTU, even your GE and all, they are left holding the stick. Now GE is running and saying, no, we'll sign everything with you coming the end of this year, new government coming, we'll sign everything. It's a bit too late.
Yeah.
That is where it is.
Okay. Now Alpha Max says, I have worked with US Air Force and Army and contributed to procurement, consultation, and market intelligence in critical technology. Your views on this?
Yeah, we need something like that, no?
Yeah,
We have
yeah.
been chary of it, like you had yourself mentioned, so we have been for some reason chary of this.
Yeah,
Now
we're
the
not.
whole thing is being
We need
revamped
to
and changed,
change.
and that's why we are saying that learn from these things and revamp your procurement procedure.
Yeah. Akash, thanks a lot. Jai Hind and Jai Bharat, right? Uh, okay. Yeah, what is your take on the proposed reorg of DRDO? Should the PSOs be downsized to focus on R&D, involve private sector in manufacturing? Short answer,
So
yours.
see, reorganization of DRDO तो बहुत पहले से चल रहा है. I personally feel DRDO should have three basic verticals. One vertical is pure sciences, which looks at dual use technology, the emerging, evolving, and disruptive technologies. Another vertical should look at what are the emerging technologies which can be used to upgrade your existing equipment. And the third vertical is what the first vertical is doing, how can new equipment come. So both in vertical 2 and vertical 3, OEM and user interface is very important. Now, if the DRDO is going to be restructured like this, damn good. If not, it will
All
be
the best.
more of the same.
I can
Old
say
wine
all the
and new
best.
water. Right. A PSO being downsized, R&D, that is the biggest problem I have with India, not just the government of India. You're not contributing money to R&D, whether it be your own DRDO and the OFBs that are there, or the private sector. Everybody wants thing on a platter कि मेरे को फटाफट profit मिल जाए. It doesn't
Yeah,
happen
they
like
want profit, they don't want to invest.
invest. Good countries
Okay.
around the world who have tremendous technological advancements taking place in all sectors, minimum 6% of their profit is invested back, plowed back into R&D. R&D is not just their own R&D. They sponsor labs, they sponsor students, they sponsor technical think tanks. We don't have technical think tanks who are doing these things. Why not? That is how things come in, yeah. ऐसे थोड़ी होता है कि भाई डीआरडीओ ही करता रहेगा. कितना करता रहेगा डीआरडीओ यार. और डीआरडीओ is
DRDO,
also work. They are looking at us for projects. Where is the direct investment for R&D separately in DRDO by the government? Money for DRDO goes from our services. That is not the way. That is not how you innovate and have
see,
technological
unless
advancement.
our private sector invests for the future and not for the present, things won't change.
डरता है बिकॉज दे से नहीं तुम हमको कंफर्म्ड ऑर्डर्स दो फिर हम इन्वेस्ट करेंगे. ऐसा कौन कंफर्म्ड ऑर्डर देगा तुमको यार आर्मी. यू लुक एट competing in the world, you will automatically do it.
He says, with all the brain power in India, why are we reticent to change the archaic decision-making systems?
Because your
we
decision makers are not the brain powers of India.
brain power, yeah, brain power. देखो,
Simple.
our decision makers want votes.
Yes, they are
They
not the
want
brain
votes.
power of India.
They're not the brain power. Their brain power
When
is
your
all
brain
expended
power come
towards-
into the decision making cycle, then you will have better decision making process.
Yeah. Okay. He
Not
says,
just the
no one,
legislative, even your executive are generalists. Where are the specialists in your executive? Nobody.
look, in my entire life, I only come across one man, okay, who could understand this whole game the way it needed to be understood. Unfortunately, he's already with God, and that was Mr. Manohar Parrikar. बस
IIT का बंदा था, very quick.
उसका दिमाग था. He could understand the point when we put across to him, including technology, strategy, and everything. बाकी सब A to Z पन्ना खाली. वोट बैंक बहुत बड़ा.
Moment the briefing starts, within 5 minutes they are snoring. Whether it be legislative or be the executive.
Yes. Okay, no one understand it like you said. The discussion was shocking. We wanted to shock people, right? We want to shock people. Let people understand. I hope someone sees this program. Okay. Oh, okay. Any thoughts on other
And
indigenization of Indian other?
we have started
Yeah,
making, like I
we
gave you
started thinking.
T90. At the moment, it has achieved about 1130 horsepower. They are trying for 1200. Work is already on to operate that to 1500. And once they achieve 1500, to operate it to 1800 and beyond. So that work is already on. We
Yeah.
are looking at hybridization also, heavy hybridization. Let's see how it pans out. Because the heavy hybridization will take at least about 4 or 5 years, not so fast.
He says an interesting and insightful talk. Expect persons in government are viewing the stock and shall take corrective actions as required. Defense design and manufacturing is dynamic and kinetic. I couldn't agree with you more, Akash. That's what I've been saying. I would request all of you who are watching this, please send it to anyone who is in the government or is dealing with defense or is a Fauji. Just send it. Let people understand what needs to be done. We are very conscious of the fact that whatever has happened till now is fantastic. Full marks to them. Full marks to the team which has brought the whole thing till here. What we are now worried about is this whole thing can get derailed. ठीक है आजकल वैसे भी derailment ज्यादा हो रहा है.
Because unfortunately, the person who steered this whole thing is no longer in that chair there.
No, he is doing a good job somewhere else.
Somewhere
And
else.
to that, yeah, he's doing a very good job, in disaster management and all that. He's doing a damn good job, and he did it in Mikchong, he did it, and he's now doing it in Wayanad also. But you need, yeah. So that's how it is. Okay, let me see if there's any interesting question. Okay. Is it not possible to bring in the private sector to improve Dhanush and deploy it within a time frame in a joint venture? Forget about Dhanush. I want the private sector to be active for this gun. This tank.
Full.
And we
I want full private sector to come in, and private sector, we are saying now, get your R&D in place. They're not ready.
Yeah.
उनको बना बनाया लड्डू चाहिए, लड्डू बनाने के लिए तैयार नहीं है.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. I don't see many. I think we've touched upon most of the issues which they've asked. We've touched upon most of the issues. Yeah, the last thing, we'll not comment on it. General Narayanan and General Shankar, sir, respect both of you as you have a good eyesight on emerging situation and you know where and what needs to be done. I sincerely hope the government listens. I also hope the same thing, right? And
hope the दुनिया टिकी हुई है.
Yeah, hope. भरोसा कभी छोड़ना नहीं चाहिए, ठीक है ना. और मेरा तजुर्बा ये है कि लगे रहो मुन्ना भाई करोगे तो एक दिन things will come through, right? So before we finish, your final comments and then we'll say Jai Hind.
Sir, firstly, full marks to that team who brought it within 2 years. That means 7 steps compressed in 2 years, everything in place, it's ready. And now I look forward to that this is taken through to its actual position where it gets fielded in the way. Ye 59 and 295, this doesn't work. It doesn't work properly. You should take a leaf from how we did the Pinaka also and this thing. Get this full 355 to 1 and जो बाकी family है उसके लिए आप देख लो, एक दो और ले लो. Don't go for open tendering and identify कौन serious है, कौन करना चाहता है. If you feel Kalyani wants to do it, give him something. If you feel Tata also would like to do something, give him something. And just have these 2-3 and let them tell them to create their own ecosystem of ancillaries and everything. You will have a wonderful system available, because then those ancillaries can also export their subsystem and subsystems abroad. And if your equipment starts working very well, people will start buying it. Yeah, that is how exports are. If you look at armytechnology.com or airforcetechnology.com or even your navaltechnology.com, there are a whole lot of these ancillaries who are selling things on them. But when you read it carefully, you'll find that if you take, we all say, oh, ho, ho, the Leopard tank is so good. So there will be one lead integrator where everything is integrated. Something is made there. He has his own ecosystem from where things come here. And he knows, he respects them. The ancillaries know that the orders are going to come from them. There's no business of L1 or having 50% more people within that next tender and all the tenders. He just places the order to his ancillaries and they give it to him. That is how the ecosystem has to be developed as you're growing forward. And if you want to say that I'm going to be a major power someday, well, if you don't do these things, you're
not going to be a major power.
You can as goodbye as far as great power is concerned. कुछ नहीं होना, ये L1 system से कुछ नहीं होना.
Yeah, L1 and all is required to a point. Beyond a point, you need to have something else, right? So thanks a lot, Rajiv, for your frank views.
I will just add one thing. इस तरह का ये DAP ना केवल फौज में है. हमारे जितने भी स्मॉल आर्म्स वगैरह, देयर इज कॉमनैलिटी विद द पैरामिलिट्री हैज नो सच प्रोक्योरमेंट प्रोसीजर यार. टीम बनाता है, फटाफट जाता है, लेके आ जाता है, वो टीम बोलती है ये ठीक है, खरीद लेते, खत्म. Why are the bureaucrats interfering there in decision making process for procurement like you're doing for the defense? Look at infantry यार, उसको हथियार चाहिए. Look at paramilitary, उसको हथियार चाहिए. Most of the equipment which the infantry uses and the paramilitary uses is almost the same. There is no DAP out there. एक को तुम छूट दे रखे हो कि जिस तरह से लेना है ले लो, दूसरे को बोल रहे हो ना जी मैं बताऊंगा आपको 4, 5, 6 साल 10 साल तक आपको बाद में मिलेगा. ये तो स्यापा है.
And you then want this chap to conquer and beat Chinese and Pakistanis together, 2.5 front war. Oh. Right?
Then you blame the infantry कि तुम्हारे हथियार नहीं आए अभी तक.
हथियार नहीं.
Procurement 13 कदम जो चलना पड़ता है, जिसमें minimum 3 महीने लगते हैं per step.
Actually, to understand it will take you 13 years.
So you have to make that chap who's unlettered on these issues understand that he's the decision maker.
Yeah. So I think we've put across all our points of view. Thanks a lot, Rajiv, for your views. And thanks a lot for all the viewers, for all your comments. We can't take all comments which you put across. Right. Before I forget, tomorrow we're going to have a very interesting guest, Amjad Ayub Mirza from, across. He is coming. And later in the week, both of us, we're going to have a discussion with Mr. Sanjit Dixit on some interesting developments in China. So just watch out and hang on. And if you're not subscribed to the Ghana Shot, do so. And please do like this video if you feel value is there in this whole story. Thank you. Good evening and Jai Hind to all of you. Jai Hind.
Jai Bharat.